And welcome to this edition of the Mutual Fund Eye. My name is Vandita Shivle and we are here to take you through your queries. Our first query of the day is coming from Prerna Arora. She's from Rajasthan. And what she's asking is that in one of the news reports, SEBI proposes to discontinue usage of pool accounts for MF transactions. What does SEBI wants to achieve with this? That's my first question. All right, Prerna, well noted. Secondly, you're asking me when exactly will this get implemented? All right, Prerna, I'll help you with that. Well, coming to your first question, let me try to explain to our other viewers as well what is this report about. You're right, Prerna, thanks for bringing that up. In fact, SEBI has definitely proposed to discontinue the usage of pool accounts for MF transactions. And this is with regards to the AMCs. I'll tell you why. But firstly, what you're asking me is what's the aim of SEBI when they come up with this? With such a framework? Well, the aim is only one. They want to protect investors' hard-earned money. So that's the answer to your first question. Basically, this particular move that SEBI has come up with is after the Carvey stockbroking episode, where basically what they have done is they have misused clients' money, investors' money to the tune of over 2,000 crore rupees. So you can imagine what most of the brokerage houses are doing. And what basically happens is that the AMCs are not aware how because what is expected in an MF transaction is you are either buying units or redeeming units. And sometimes when you do it directly with the AMC or you're doing it via government-based websites or databases where you're directly connected, it's different. The pay in and payout mechanism is different. But while you're doing it via demat account or there are intermediaries involved in such a process, AMCs lose sight of whether the investors are receiving money or not. Basically, the transaction happens in such a way is like the general transaction, ideally SEBI believes should happen in a way is that, when the client or the investor is giving the money to an AMC or, the clearing corporation account it should be direct. And similarly, when the client wants to redeem the units and get the money, it should again come directly from the clearing committee account, a known clearing committee account. But that's not happening. What happens when you involve, when there's where the involvements of pooled accounts, what basically happens is there's a broker's account and the brokers get, money from the RTA or the AMC. So once that they receive, now AMC is not aware whether the brokerage house is giving that particular thing to the investor or not, and they lose sight of it. Now SEBI wants them to be more responsible here. SEBI thinks that it's their responsibility and they should make a mechanism which is easier for the investor and they should not lose the money. Generally, via pooled accounts, AMCs get, they get their money or people are buying units. So how they get the account, the AMCs get money is via, escrow accounts or nodal accounts. But the thing is, now SEBI doesn't want that. SEBI is saying there should be a clear mechanism and the investors it should be user friendly for the investor where even this process, because why people are using demat account is it's easier. So why can't AMCs come up with such a mechanism? Why can't they make the process simpler for the investors? So it's a very, very good thing that SEBI has thought about investors, and this is clearly, as I mentioned, because of what happened at Carvey stockbroking, that kind of episode where, the investor actually his 2,000 crore rupees was misused. So that's not right, because when you're doing it via pooled accounts, we don't know where your money they're using. They might be using it for trading, for the other activities, loan against shares. There's a lot of things that the money is being used for. And the AMC is not aware of it. And neither is the investor aware of it. the only person aware is the MF distributor who is proposing such activities, and also, the brokerage houses who are coming up with such things. So such things should be stopped, at least for the MF transactions. That's what SEBI has come up with. It is a wonderful move, and you will see that from here on things would be more transparent, and that's what I like about SEBI. They're always coming up with things that are making investors' life easier. So we should not blame SEBI, and we will see that MF transactions would be easier from here on. Basically, investors, I want to use this platform as a guiding platform also, guidance platform as well, because I don't want you to, get involved in such activities and, waste your hard-earned money. Be very careful whenever you are doing any kind of transaction that is physical transaction. You're doing it via checks, or you're giving it to any advisor of yours or anyone. It should not be in their name. Be very, very careful and vigilant about it. It should be in the name of the AMC or the RTA. That is always, whenever you're doing any MF transaction or giving anything in form of checks, it has to be done in the AMC, in the name of the AMC account or the clearing corporation account. Be very vigilant on that front as well as you go on from here on. And your second question, when are they planning to propose this? It's already in the discussion phases. It's just that they need majority people to say yes on that. And I think January 13th is the date when it will be decided that they want to amend this kind of thing. They want to propose this, and they want this to work for the investors. So definitely you can expect some changes on that front very soon. I really hope, Prerna, that your query was well answered. Query is coming from Kaushik. He's from Bangalore, and he wants me to suggest him categories of funds with least expense ratio. All right, Kaushik. So I have an investment strategy for you. It's passive investment strategy. So the categories for you are index funds, ETF schemes. Those are the things that are for you, because they are, they have the least transaction cost. Plus, they give you an extra edge because their performance is according to the benchmark index. And these indices that you choose are mostly the broader indices, and I would suggest you Nifty, Sensex should be the indices that you should target from here on. Also, in terms of ETFs, gold ETFs would be great to go for. Why gold ETFs? Because they are directly linked to the price movement of the gold. And with the kind of geopolitical issues and whatever is happening in the markets, the weakening of dollar, etc., I think golds would not lose its shine. It's good to invest in gold ETFs right now. And if you look at the price of gold, not price exactly, but the returns that gold ETFs have offered to their investors from December 2018 to November 2019, it's very good, and it's almost above 20% returns that the investors have got. And this I'm talking because I have the data. And also, the kind of AUM growth that we have seen in gold ETFs are much higher compared to, the large cap schemes, the equity diversified schemes that we generally recommend to our clients, depending on their risk appetite. But the good part is that the AUM size of gold ETFs have grown up. It's, I think, almost over 5,000 crore now. And it was last year, this time, it was nearly at around 4,500 crore rupees, and now it has grown to 1,000. That 1,000 crore AUM has been added to it. So we are seeing more investors, inclined towards gold ETFs. So that's a good way to invest, I would say, Kaushik. So you can choose Axis Gold ETF, Kotak Gold ETF, Invesco India Gold ETF. These are three good schemes to get invested in. Since you have not given me your investment account, your amount that you want to incur, etc. So I'm giving you a broad idea where you could invest your money. And in terms of, alpha generation also, these funds have done pretty well. I mean, I'm talking about the large cap ETFs now after gold ETFs. So in that category, I would suggest you could choose ABSL Sensex ETF, Kotak Sensex ETF or SBI ETF. Again, it's benchmarked to Sensex. So these are good ETFs to go for from here on. And I think they will give you good alpha that you basically, I mean, that's what is required when you invest in a mutual fund. Plus, the cost is low, you get an extra edge, and it's a win-win situation. You cannot blame the fund manager as well. All you have to do is blame the indices in case they don't do well. But I think it's a good way to invest. All right. Thank you very much for watching me, viewers. And I really hope that your queries were well answered. If you have any further questions, please do write to me. My email ID is vanditashivle@gmail.com. And before you leave and I leave, please do not forget to subscribe my channel, and do not forget to subscribe my channel along with pressing that bell icon right below your screen. Thank you very much for listening.